Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your worries, it's okay now. The sun is here to stay.
I was here. I just like listening to the intro. Oh, it's a bit close, isn't it? Cool. Let's see if we can move that back a bit. Look at this. Look it over. That's a bit better. Looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it? Without that there. So, hello to everybody. Oh, I haven't gone on to me. I was just in the process of clearing even more decks. So if you hear this go ping, 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 that's another deck, that's another deck, that's another deck. I've just done another £1,000 worth. Get in. So, where are we? YouTube. And go on to live. There we go. I do look like I did when I'm doing this. See myself on the thing. Right, there we are. Everybody here. So we've got Danielle, Lorna, Anthony, Katie, lovely. And anybody else that might be watching on any other platform. Hello. Well, it's been a bit on the old busy side, I must say, this week. Butch ain't on, unfortunately, Empryon. I haven't seen Butch in a little while. I miss him, I do. When you see him, tell him I was crying. I miss him a lot. Hello, Angela. Look at that. Now, 50p sheets, right? Part done, these ones. I've got that far. All of them. There's about 50 of there. Hopefully, each one of those will have a set of penguins in. That's what I'm hoping. But those have flown off the shelf as fast as I could list them. I think somewhere in the region of about, I don't know, 70 sets so far. But anyway, what happened to him? I don't. Well, he had his own stuff to deal with, and we were just going to the cleaners. To be honest with you, Empryon. In fact, I did sort of go to the cleaners, and we went bust, and everything. We lost the site, and we lost all sorts of things. So it just sort of, it's no wonder really. People needed to back out and go. Do you know what? I mean, he put in an awful lot of work, and he's going to feel like that work is trashed. I don't blame him. I wouldn't all. You know, if it was my work, it's all been trashed. All that work he put into Teespring, and then the Royal Mint went and got that took down, didn't they? All deleted. You know, and that took him hours and hours and hours to do all of that work. All the hours of work he put into our website, which I will get back, but might take me a little while. So, yeah, we'll get there. And hopefully, when Butcher's had a little rest, anybody that's been working with me for any length of time needs a rest afterwards. So hopefully, when Butcher's had a bit of a rest, I'll get him back. That's the plan. And if you see him before I do, tell him that. Tell him Ian said he's going to get you back at some point. I still got his parcel. I've got a huge parcel for Butch to sort out next. So there we go. So what week it's been? I've now hit I'm just so pleased. I've hit the £20,000 mark. That's £20,000 worth of gets. Boom. Poof. Poof. Up in a puff of smoke. Bright House could have done that. Debenhams could have done that. No creativity in the world. And we just went back to how it was hundreds of years ago, and we just did a barter situation. I owe you this, and all right, I'll have that. And Bob's your uncle. I had an Uncle Bob. So there we are. So I'm over the moon with that. No John. No, he's probably fell asleep or something. I always get worried when I haven't heard from him, but I try not to be. So he's probably fell asleep and left me all on my own, all on my lonesome. So I've been non-stop. I mean, there's not much to tell you really about what I've been doing this week. I've hello RJ, nice to see you, mate. I've just been doing these sheets non-stop, and as fast as I've put them together, they've flown off the shelves. So I'm really pleased about that. Anybody that hasn't got a link, let me know, and I will give you the link. Still not advertising it yet, but slowly. So all you've got to do is just text me or WhatsApp me, and I'll give you the link. I will. I can't wake him up. He lives over there. Lives over the road. Oh, pardon me. I was going to go and get a bag of 50p's this morning today, and then I run out of time. So I put up a video to say that I'm buying 50p's and £2. Now I'm only buying them on a swapsy. So, on the link for the new shop, I'll give you the link, and if you give me 150p's, then you can spend £100, pound of 50p. If you give me £102, you can spend 400 quid. That's how I'm doing it at the moment. And anybody that doesn't mind having that, if you've got excess coins, whatever they are, it doesn't matter what they are, literally doesn't matter. I'm run right out, so I need a load. Because I've just figured out a way to sell at least 1,000 sheets of 50p coins. And I know they're going to fly off the shelf as I list them. So I need others to mix and match that I'm running out of. So anybody that's got any spare and doesn't mind doing it on that basis, give me a shout. I'll take whatever you've got. No matter how easy or hard they are to find. And just to say, when people are buying, because some of you are buying these sheets of stamps and some of you are buying these sheets of coins, and you're buying more than one, right? So let me give you an example, right? So somebody just bought some stamps and they bought buildings and places, and they bought several of them. And I know you're watching. So make sure you have a look at the pictures before you necessarily buy it, because even though you've bought, say, 2 or 3 different buildings and places, every stamp on that sheet isn't going to be different to every stamp on that sheet, to every stamp on that sheet. There's going to be some that are the same. There's going to be, because the ones I have the most of will be in a lot of sheets. So there'll be some the same in each sheet. Each sheet will contain something different if it's a separate listing. But what I'm saying is some will be the same. It's just like the coins. Like what we've got here is 50 sheets. And every single coin on here will probably be exactly the same on every sheet. But that sheet, whatever is on that sheet, will be slightly different to the one I did yesterday, which was 20 sheets. 20 sheets all exactly the same. But those 30 coins won't be exactly the same coins as what's going on this sheet. There'll be some coins different. See? Hello, Ian. Nice to see you, mate. Hello, Danielle. Did you find sheets that the coins don't fall out? Yeah, look. That's upside down. And what it is I changed it and I made sure that I bought the sheets. Can you see that little envelope bit there? Can you see that little envelope bit? I don't tuck it in, I just leave it out. And by leaving it out like that, it stops coin falling out, look. So they're the sheets we use now. And I've got thousands. See these, John? Look, I was just showing them.
Blimey. Wow.
I'm that far through doing like that. That much is done on all of them. You know, but I need some others.
Say hello to Mum.
Hello, Mum. Hello, Mummy. Nice to see you. Love your bundles. Glad you popped on. So yeah, so that will be. So this 50 sheets, £100 a sheet. That's £5 and I bet you, John. I bet you. Once I finish this off, the moment I list it, I bet you that 50 doesn't stay listed for 7 days. I bet the whole lot is gone within 7 days.
Right.
Wouldn't surprise me if the whole lot was gone within 48 hours, but I reckon the whole lot will be gone within 7 days. And up to now, we've paid 20 grand off the debt.
Cool.
20 grand. Well, we will have if this final deal goes through. That may go through today because somebody's going to finish their debt off, and it's about 4 grand's worth. And if that goes through today, then that will take the total to about 20 grand.
Brilliant.
So I'm well happy. Well happy. Puts us back in the game again, doesn't it?
Looks like I've been getting told off because I was late.
Was you getting to? Yeah.
I'm getting told off here. Anthony told me off. Lorna told me off.
Did you fall asleep?
No.
I said you fell asleep.
I took the dog for a walk.
Oh, you got a dog?
No.
Oh, you have a dog for a walk.
Yeah.
That's all right then.
Hi, Anthony. Yeah, Lorna. Sorry, I'm late, mate. Angela.
So yeah, I've been a bit busy.
Yeah, those 50p's definitely seem to be the one, don't they?
Yeah, by making sure, you see, because by making sure each sheet has got a set of penguins in it, it actually makes the sheet good value.
Yeah. So what were we selling the sets for? Just
well, originally we were selling the sets for about 15 quid a set.
Right.
And as a value as an individual coin, they've probably got an individual value of about 5 or 6 quid. You know, somebody.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know what I mean? And there are people that sell them individually. We used to sell them individually, I think, at a £5.
Yeah.
Something like that. And about 15 or 20 quid a set, somewhere in that region. So yeah, so they definitely work. And then you see, I've got other ideas in mind that that will make sure that whatever we do, it's not really going to be copied. I don't know if you was watching what I was saying earlier on.
I watched what you did last night about
right, where I was saying about how it makes me look expensive when somebody buys it off me at that. Yeah. So in order to make sure there's no competition, the permutations of 30 are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Which means that, you know, I can always do a sheet of coins that someone hasn't got listed.
Yeah.
And because of the position we're in, we could put a non-release coin in the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, boom, as soon as you put that non-release coin in the bottom,
it's unique. Yeah.
Unique. You know, so now I need 50p's because I've completely run out of all of the easy ones, you know, the common ones, everything now. I've just about run out. Got a few Olympics here to mix in, but other than that, I need to find a load more.
I haven't yet seen the video you did this morning when you were telling everyone you need 50p's.
Yeah, that was just one to put up saying that we're buying 50p's and £2 now. But when I say buying, I mean 50p's are £1 each, £2 are £4 each, and that's by way of a swaps. Not yet, Mark. I'm waiting on another 50 sets being delivered, and then when they get delivered, they're going in this bunch of 50. What was I just saying? What was I just answering you about?
You were asking people. You wanted a.
Oh yeah.
Well, you want to buy 50s, but not cash.
Yeah. So not buying them for cash. Hello, mate. Do you want to pop on?
Wow.
There's a StreamYard link there. Just put that StreamYard up for Aaron in case he wants to pop on and say hello, and you can join us. And then I thought you did this anyway, and I'll show you how to do it. It's ever so easy. Once you know how to do it, it's ever so easy. Mind you, I can't really work the StreamYard. Chris is working it from behind, and then there's me and John. But you can have up to 6 people on here at a time. So you can actually come on the link. You put the link on, and you can just join by coming on the link.
Now, there's me thinking, having watched him for quite some time, I assumed he was, you know, where streaming is concerned, he was like, well,
no, I imagine.
But then again, you see, the thing is, he only ever shoots videos of himself, bless him.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas we'll have people come in and join like you and so on. Yeah. But if you've got the link there, if you can paste it for him, Chris. Got Chris's name then. That's the link, Aaron. So if you click on that link, you should be able to sign in via your own YouTube, I believe. You should be able to just sign in and then join. As when I say join, I don't mean register or anything like that. I mean literally
be visible.
To join the conversation. You'll get put automatically into the back office. Chris will see you, and then he'll just put you in, and then all of a sudden there'll be 3 of us on the screen. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, 50p coins. So we'll give you £1 each, or £4 each for the £2, and that is to spend in the shop. That's not buying them off here for cash. I ain't got the money yet. I've got to work up to that. We're not done bad so far. We're getting there. So if anybody's got excess £2 coin commemoratives, or anybody's got any excess, and that includes, I'll have shoulders as well, 2012 and 2005. And if anybody's got any excess 50p's, give me 50 of them, and then spend 50 quid in the shop. Yes, I will be doing some £2 sheets, Jim. I'm putting them together. Just bear with me. Take over, John.
Yeah, take over. Yeah. Yeah, we are going to be doing £2. It's pretty clear, although we're doing everything from starting at the decimal half p, etc. Pennies, 2p. We're doing all the denominations, but it's pretty obvious that people are very, very keen on the higher value.
Sorry.
I think we've already done all of our pounds.
I stepped out to the garden for a while.
But I think they've gone. But yeah, as Ian has already said, he's working on the 50s, wants some more 50s, and I believe we got plenty of £2 to start, haven't we, Ian?
Plenty of
£2 coins to start sheets.
I have got some to start off some sheets. I haven't even started putting together some £2 sheets yet. I have got some, but I do confess that is one of the ones that we bastardised a lot of. We bastardised for £2 and we did 50p's. Mm. You know, I sort of planted my feet with the 50p's, but with what ones we had left. But the £2, we got rid of a lot of them. So I am going to, now I know that the sheets work, I'm going to need more of them. All the uncirculated £2 that I've got and uncirculated 50p's, they've all been divided up and they're all in some trays ready, waiting to be sheeted. They're just perhaps ain't enough, because like that might be a 10 sheet, that might be a 20 sheet, and there probably ain't 30 lots in there yet.
Yeah, I was noticing yesterday when I watched you do the actual sheeting up last night.
Yeah.
How much easier it is with the bigger coins.
Yeah, well, you see, I find it a lot easier when I just literally bend it over, and then you can just slot it straight in, and it's nice.
Stop it.
No. But I find that a bit easier doing it that way.
Yeah, it looked very quick. Although I'm not convinced that doing one square on each sheet and then laying it down and then picking that sheet up 30 times is the best way. But certainly when you're bending that, creasing it up and that, and it opens up, like, it looked a lot easier. I mean, when I'm doing the half peas and pennies here, I'm having to use tweezers because I can't get my fingers into the
Right.
individual slots,
If I'm doing 10 or 20 sheets, then what I find absolutely quicker, a manageable amount of sheets, like 10 or 20 or something like that, what I find really quick is to put the whole row, so put 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't do any more.
Pick it up, and then put 1 in each slot, boom, 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 and do all 5, put that down, right? And do it that way. And I find that really quick doing it that way. But when doing a big bundle like this, that starts getting a bit confusing. So I just have a pile of coins and then do one square
one by one. Yeah. Well, I must admit, I've got
another parcel delivered.
This one I'm doing is a 50 sheets, and I thought, right, okay, I'll get the first 5 years out, and I'll do that line, do the whole 50, and then I'll do the second line, the whole 50, and of course, that's daft because I ain't going to have any finished until I've done 5 of the 6 lines, and then I do the next line, and now I've got one finished. So what I'm going to do when I've done this line I'm on now, I'm just going to pick 10 or 20 out and complete the set, because then I can get it to you. You can list it instead of waiting until I've done all 50.
Yeah. I mean, if you can give me a couple, the only danger is, I did that. I don't know if you heard me say it on a video, but I went and did that because I listed 10 sheets of 50p's.
Yeah.
And bangs within 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you put up you in this scenario, you put all 50 up in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. So the ideal thing is you let me know one's ready and I photograph it and put it up and say we've got 50 available. But then, of course, if they're not, we could run into problems. But yes, giving me 20 or something and then I'll put up 20 and I'll just add to it when the others are done.
Yeah.
That works just as well. Hello, Kian. Nice to see you, mate. I think an awful lot of people that are watching right now have had their debts settled or in the process of having their debts settled. So we've now got some people that are walking around with a smile on their face, which is good.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, that's the advantage of coming and watching. If you're able to come and watch and you can be bothered, then obviously your requests are likely to be at the front of the queue. And to get so much out of the way already, bearing in mind you only started doing these as an option 2-3 weeks ago.
That's all it was, less than a month, I think.
Yeah.
We've cleared 20 grand in a month.
Yeah, which is like, you're getting on, I don't know exactly, but like if you can continue at this rate, I mean, I know there are some investors that the larger investors probably not going to want to do it, or not do it for the whole amount.
Well, the biggest one so far is a 16.5 grand.
Yeah.
Some 16.5 grand to, and they've accepted to do it this way. And so far they've had
about 4.5.
Had over 5 grand's worth, I think.
5.
Yeah, or 4,800, 5,800 they've had, I think. So that's nearly 6,000 off the bill. So I'm down to about 10,700 with them.
Cool.
And they've got their eye already on these.
Yeah.
So if that person decided to just have the lot, that would be another 5 grand, bang, gone. So I'm really
looks like Aaron's oh, here he comes.
Hi, there he is. Hello, son.
Well, I didn't know you could do that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not actually. I'm doing it on YouTube, but I'm using a thing called StreamYards in order to do it through YouTube, and then you can set it so that it will stream through YouTube and Facebook. So at this moment, we're going out live on my YouTube, my Facebook, Chris's YouTube, Lorna's YouTube, and I think the Great British Coin Hunt page on Facebook. So we're going out on about 5 places live all at the same time.
Well, considering I do this for a living, I never knew you could do this on Facebook.
That's what I said to him, Aaron. I said, well, for the amount of time you've been
Well, it was just Instagram.
Yeah.
No, it might even be the same program. What's your mate?
You've just doubled my income.
That's all right. Good. You can show your appreciation with another non-existent.
That's great news.
Racist vodka.
I'll just share it with a thank you. Say thank you to Grandad.
Hello, mate.
You've just literally you've secured your grandson's future. I mean, what more appreciation? I mean, look at that face. You've just fed him for another 10 years.
Yeah, I know.
Say thanks to Grandad, and he needed it. Look at him.
Yeah.
Grandad's made a few ideas and a bit of creativity. Yeah, so you can have it go out. You can have it go out. So you use StreamYard, and then you can set it in StreamYard, and it can. And you're just doing the one video like now. So I just joined it like you did from the link. We went live. Chris went live on my YouTube, and then we just joined it and come into.
But it comes up live as normal on the Facebook, doesn't it? So people just watch it as a normal video. They don't have to join a link to watch it.
No,
it's just join a link to be a part of it, right?
Yeah,
it's clever.
So, if you was, what are you watching this on? Are you doing this now on your iPad or your phone?
Phone.
You talking to me on your phone?
Yeah.
Right. So you got your iPad there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you wanted to, so this is how easy it is for you to be able to do it, right? Now, supposing this is a different stream. Supposing, I don't know. Supposing you're doing a stream with Calvin.
I'd rather not.
Instead of me and John, it's you and Calvin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go on your iPad, give me a second, Sean, leave the question up there and I'll answer it. So if you go on your iPad, do it now for a test, right? Go on your iPad.
It's not connected to Facebook.
Oh.
Sure, I'll get Calvin or somebody to do it. I'll just tell them StreamYard and they'll set it up.
Okay, what I was going to say was, if you share this to your page, right, then all your people on your page, they can then see the video going on and they can join in.
Well, it gave me an idea for what me and you talked about. I don't actually need to be with you. We could do our thing over this.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about at the time.
Oh, you didn't say that, did you?
Well, you know what they're going to say.
You expect people to read your mind, didn't you? You got a habit of that.
Always.
Yeah.
Just let me answer that quick question. Sean Slater says, do you think the 2020 is going to be worth something down the road? 50 Olympics.
Yes, Sean, 100%. Buy it now.
Mate. Yeah. And he don't know nothing about coins. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
Loads.
So yeah, that'll work for you. Get as many of them as you can. Put them away. Keep them nice and secure. Use these when you can because it keeps them clean and tidy, and you can write on the plastic. So anyway, for those of you that don't know, this is my son Aaron, and that was my grandson, one of my little grandsons. This is Aaron, who looks nearly as handsome as his dad. And this one, he's the handsomest of all, I suppose. You got to say a little list, not you.
Archie.
Oh, we had.
Cool. So what have you been up to then? Well, are you back over here now? You must be, yeah?
No, I'm not coming back to England. No.
I thought you was on your way back over.
You what, sorry? No, I'm back in Spain. I came back to get Archie for a week.
Hang on. Before you say, everybody, raffle's closing. So those of you that want to get a ticket, quick, because we need the money. So there's
raffle's closing. Go and get a ticket.
Yeah, raffle's closing. Go and get a ticket. Now, if he said that, if he was on his stream right now, and he said that, we'd have 20,000 tickets sold in about 15 minutes.
I know, but I can't share you because 20 minutes ago I went live with Mental Energy.
Yeah. And
So I'm trying to get sales for that at the minute.
going on in the
Otherwise, it would divert.
No.
Anybody who wants an energy drink, mentalhamster.com. It's available now.
See? Totally shameless.
Absolutely.
Totally shameless.
I wonder where I get that from.
Yeah.
So I came back to England to sign some contracts actually with mental energy with the Rich List, and then I picked up Archie at the same time, and then came back to Spain.
I'll go back over there. How long are you staying there for? Just a couple of weeks, or?
No, that's it. I mean, I live here now, so it's.
No, I mean before you come back over again, like to bring Archie.
Yeah, no, I won't be coming back over until they open the airports. And when I say airports, until they allow aircrafts to go airborne, so I can carry on my lessons. Otherwise, I won't be coming back. There's no reason to come back.
Okay.
I don't want to come back. I'm happy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place Spain.
But the borders, well, we had this conversation anyway. It's a bit of a weird one. Obviously, the coronavirus seems to be something serious from what I've seen, but contagious is what they say. I don't know. They haven't closed the borders not once since the coronavirus started. So,
No,
I know that from first hand. I told you that, didn't I? Because I went through.
Yeah, you drove all the way back, and you didn't have to stop or show your passport or nothing.
No,
the borders you went
they haven't even closed the Eurotunnel since the outbreak. And I filmed myself going through. Not an issue, not a problem.
Wow.
There's no one in France wearing face cloths, although they have made them mandatory now in Spain. So if you go into a public area, like for instance a shopping mall, you have to wear a face cloth. If you go on public transport, so you have to wear a face cloth, but they just made that mandatory in the UK as well from the 15th. I don't really know what's going on, because personally, if it was that contagious with the riots and that's been going on, I don't see how the hospitals aren't full up. So that's questionable. Furthermore, you've just opened up a can of worms, because if you're telling people that you want them, it's mandatory to wear face cloths, especially in London on public transport, with all the knife crime and with everything that's going on, and it's hard to identify people as it is, you've just given people the right to wear a mask in a jewelry. I have to wear a mask in a jewelry shop over in here.
I know, you'd be going into shops with balaclavas on.
It's absolute madness what they're going to create for themselves, because
in the
people.
old days, saw someone with a balaclava on, you could at least something might be going over there.
I'm not saying I've got a criminal mind, and I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that you have, but if you're thinking outside the box, I was walking around the shopping centre and high-end places thinking, this is madness. I've got a security guard telling me to put a mask on. It's absolute bonkers.
Yeah.
New raffles live, by the way, so a link will be going up in a second, and then you can join the raffle for, what day is it today? Friday. So we're back on Tuesday, aren't we, John? John?
Yeah, Tuesday, yeah.
We're back on Tuesday, so the new raffle's live now. And just hold on a second, Aaron, because we just got to pull the winner. So whenever you're ready, Chris, you can do your spinning discs. There's one for a ring, and there's one for 50 quid to spend in the new shop, I think. You know. So that's Chris will do that in a minute, and he'll take over the screen in a minute. Till then, we're fine.
Yeah, it's just a bit confusing at the minute with what's going on. But then I only know this. Everyone's going online going, when I was talking about lockdown, it's not a lockdown. Everyone was going against me, and I've been right every single time, because of course I'm 2 weeks ahead of the UK. So what's happening here is having a knock-on effect.
Yeah.
And it will have a knock-on effect. It's just madness.
It's subliminal, just to piss you off. Teespring.com/no288.
Fuck 288.
We don't use naughty words on this one. I know.
Which one?
On my other one, I use naughty words that will make you cringe. Trust me. But on here, we don't use any naughty words, because we got children on here. That's all. Just letting you know. Before we've got children on here, so I don't have any naughty words
Okay.
on here.
Won't say any more naughty words. 288.
Thank you. Love you to bits. Yeah, exactly. 288. We don't mind doing that. So, okay, hit the button. Who we got? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? This is mental. I bet Aaron's standing there, John. He's like, he deals in hundreds of thousands, and here he is. Look, he's just like, holding
He's
fire.
got about 3 raffles.
I'm trying to contain myself here.
While we do a little 50 quid raffle. Chris
I should have
Dyer, well
joined.
done, Chris.
Chris Dyer. There you go.
What was that for? The ring or the 50
That was
quid?
for the ring, yeah.
That was for the ring. Okay.
Mm.
And then we got the 50 quid.
Hang on 1 second. Ah.
Round it, round and round it goes. Where it stops, no.
No.
Oh, look at that.
Nanny Sue.
Sue just got it.
Oh, Archie, do you
Well
want
done,
an ice cream?
Sue.
An ice cream.
Thanks, Nanny Sue. That's brilliant. Well done. So 50 quid to spend for Nanny Sue. Nanny Sue, you've got the link. Are you watching, Nanny Sue? Are you here? Is Nanny Sue on?
Haven't seen her.
Okay, I'll otherwise I'll text her. But so Chris, do you want me to just send you a mystery ring, or do you want to pick one? If you do, I'll hold them up to the camera and you can pick one.
There you go.
Nanny Sue, I will text Nanny Sue and tell her she's got 50 quid to spend. And then the other question was, how did we do on a raffle this week? Me and John are dying to know.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. The answer to that.
That's what Aaron wants to know too.
That's all I've been thinking about this week.
See, Aaron will sit round the table and he'll say something like, so how many hundreds of thousands of pounds did we turn over this week then? Whereas me and John are sitting round the table going, did we break 50 quid on the raffle?
Well, say that, but I've got hundreds of thousands of pounds of outgoings.
Hello, Nanny. You just won 50 quid on a raffle, right? So you've got the link now. Remember, I sent you the link. So you know what to do. So you can spend 50 quid on anything that's on there, and you can take as long as you like to spend it. All right, love? Well done.
You know what you could have done on YouTube? Missed a trick here. Could have put it in the status. Aarron Lambo.
I could what?
Should have put it in the status if you'd have known that I was coming on. Aarron Lambo, and if it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you see, for you to think that I've missed a trick, because I should have put that in there.
I would never think you've missed a trick thinking about it.
You're looking in a crystal ball. Now, Aaron, I know I'm good, but I didn't know that you would be popping on. Otherwise, I might have. However, I'm not missing a trick.
Oh, was I expecting you to read my mind then?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now, what you could, it's amazing how many people expect that.
What's this gentleman's name who's on the screen as well? John.
Yeah.
John, don't feel awkward because we're all right in a minute, but it'll turn into an argument in a couple of minutes. But don't feel awkward. We're fine. We're fine. Come on, Doug.
But you could always share this if you want to. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm not on Facebook at the minute.
That's all right.
How do you share it on your Facebook? Hold on, if I go onto my Facebook.
Yeah. If you go onto your Facebook, you can then just go on to where you clicked on it, onto the post itself, and just click the share button, and then you share it, and then that's it, it's done. Can edit it after to add Aaron's name in. Yeah, that's great. We'll do that. Chris, can you edit the title, and you could put, special guest Aarron Lambo, AARRON. His name, AARRON. 2 A's, 2 R's.
But actually, have a look at the views because I think I've done it, but I'm not quite sure.
Tell you.
Well, you'll
can
find out in a
tell you.
minute because the views will go shit up.
All I say, no naughty
Right,
words.
go on my page because I haven't got another device. Have a look because I can't
No,
see it.
no,
If you go on the Aarron Lambo, not Aarron Lambo.
Yeah. I see the comments on the YouTube, but Chris, who's doing this for us behind, he can see what the total views are. He'll tell us in a minute.
Yeah, but Dad, look, if you go on another device and go onto my page, you'll be able to see what comments come up on the page. You're going to get a lot more. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
I tell you what, sometimes.
Sometimes, the parents that don't listen to their kids,
Well, I'm not one to say that or
No.
point it out.
No, you're not one to point anything out like that. Now, where am I finding it?
And I don't really want to drop a hint. What?
Where is it? On what page?
On the Aarron Lambo page.
Oh,
God.
I was on the wrong page, man.
How can you get the wrong page? There's only one page.
Because you got
And
an
it happens to be the page of your son.
Yes.
Right, well, excluding Aaron's page.
We got 4 likes. So we got 4 thumbs ups.
Hold on, no, on the Aarron Lambo page, it's all 3 of us coming up.
Got it. I've got it. So
He doesn't even know what page it is, John. That's the problem. Ask him when my birthday is.
I just told you, look.
Ask him my birthday, John. Gets it wrong every time.
Ian, when's Aaron's birthday, mate?
When's my birthday?
30th of August.
You got that right, and that was by fluke because you went for the one that you always. Oh, okay.
What year, though?
That was a fluke. Yeah, what's the year?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
Wow.
I'd have to think back. It's somewhere region of Calvin was 82. Harry was about 91. You're somewhere in the region.
See, it's the problem. He's just answered it right there.
87.
Those Calvins. Never forget Harry's, but Aaron's. Oh my God! God forbid we remember Aaron's birthday.
Oh, will you? You don't let go of that. How old are you?
Hey, I'm fine. It's not like I hold a grudge or anything. You can't really see where the issue's like, can you?
How many of you parents out there have had this from your kids? Oh, you remember Calvin's the year Calvin was born? Oh, you remember the year Harry was born? Oh, woe is me! You don't remember the year I was born, and all of that. You get all that, do you? You get all that? Stevie B, Popcorn Nanny, do you get all that?
No, I don't, because I know my 4 kids' date of birth and ages.
Well, I know mine. I know mine. I just need a moment to work it out.
And I'm 9 years older than you, so I've got an excuse to forget. But no, I can even give him a
you that are watching on my page, and you don't actually know really what's going on here. Well, that's my dad. That's a gentleman that I don't know. They're on a line together. He's my dad.
John.
I don't even know which direction you are, to be honest.
That's John.
Yeah.
John and me, we work together. We just went bust. We just went to the cleaner.
Oh God, Dad, listen. That you're going to make me look really bad. I've just signed one of the biggest deals of my life, and now everyone's going to be like, "Why's your dad gone bust, Aaron? Why are you not helping your dad, Aaron? Why are you not sharing his stuff, Aaron? This is the first time I've seen your dad, Aaron."
No, I don't know. I didn't say any of that. I mean, if the cap fits, wear it. But I didn't say any of that. All I ever do is talk about the cap to people, really.
Yeah.
But I'm just explaining.
I've noticed my dad doing a live video, and I thought I'd jump in on it.
Let me tell you, every one of Aaron's followers, right? Let me tell you, what you're watching right now between me and this bloke here is history. History in the making. Absolute history in the making. When have you ever known any business, anyone in the world, when have you ever known any business go bust, and all of a sudden that business's creditors come forward and they go, "Hey, listen, I don't mind having what you owe me in goods at the retail price." We've just made history by doing this, and we've made ourselves untangling ourselves from actually being bust. To the cleaners, dead and buried. But actually now, not. Isn't life wonderful? See, miracles from all the lads.
You know, my inbox is going to be full of people. Aaron, why'd you let your dad go bust? How did you do that?
Yeah, well, that would mean I'd be sponging off him, and I don't do that.
There you go, see? You wouldn't believe this, people, but I offered my dad like 20, 30 grand last week. He wouldn't take it. I was like, Dad, listen, this is yours. Do you know what he said? He went, no, I don't want it, son.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I said, you need that for the cardboard boxes for all the mental hamster energy drinks that you're going to sell.
Absolutely, which happen to be online right now for sale, pre-production, paper labels. Be the first to try the unique flavour. Sorry, Dad, I'm jumping on you. Well, actually, I'm not sorry.
Right.
Mentalhamster.com.
No trouble at all. And if anyone out there wants to support his dad or his kid's granddad or me or John, for that matter, then you can go to www.payhip.com.
Wow.
Payhip.com, where you could buy into, if you wanted to.
You can buy something. Would you believe it?
That I've got this argument with the Royal Mint, and you think his arguments of something, my arguments with the Royal Mint and 288 Group and the English are off the charts. You can buy into that there, or you can support on www.com/TGBCH. He's not the only one that can do it. You know, he's not the only one that can hijack and back in a bit of shameless advertising. I need it too. So
and for those of you that are new to watching on my page that are thinking, what exactly does your dad do? My dad is the complete opposite to me, as you'll probably notice. He's a very argumentative person. He always picks fights with organisations that are a lot bigger than him. He happens to win a lot of the time too. He's very knowledgeable, but he always thinks he's right. Always.
I'm a dad. That's my job. Ah, yes, it is. I tell you what, you need to clip that bit of the video, right? You fans out there of Aarron need to clip that bit of video, and then when you see him as the years go by, and you see him talking to his children, you can play him that clip. Always got to be right. Always got to be right, because he's a parent, and you're going to have to always be right. That's my job.
I'm always right, though. That's the thing. So, what have we talked about already? We've talked about you forgetting my date of birth. We've talked about a few family issues.
No, we haven't talked about family issues. We have talked about me missing the year of your birth, not the date of your birth.
See, you get the date wrong every time. You were lucky this time,
But it was the 30th.
Yeah, you were lucky though. You were going to say 31st, like you say every single time. You was lucky.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of it. But admit, I was thinking about it. Really are picking now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just not. I'm quite happy to watch or listen to the very.
Well, we're actually, this is record breaking, John, because normally we'd be in an argument by now.
This is first. We've never done this before.
No.
What?
This. Yeah. Well, me and you have privately, but you know, we've never done like this before. Hello, Casey. Nice to see you. Like father, like son. Agree, David. You have no idea how much we and him like each other.
We are nothing alike.
He doesn't like to admit it.
Nothing. Look, I got a fucking drawing on my face for a start. We're nothing alike. Sorry,
so much like me. He has his epiphany moment is when he goes in the shower. He's talked about that, hasn't he? Time and time again. He's talked about that on video about when he goes in the shower and he has his moments.
Actually, no, I didn't tell people that.
Oh, don't tell people that.
No.
Okay. Well, that falls on flat arse then, because I was just going to say, you know, I've been doing that for 40 years, but for me, it's in a bath. I have a bath and I have a moment, and it's like, oh, it's all clear. He does it in a shower. Superpowers.
For those of you watching me on my page, there is no reason for being on this feed at all, only for the fact that I saw my dad have a live feed and I thought I'd jump on. So if you're thinking there's a point to any of this, there isn't. Yeah, this is just a little insight. This is just a little insight and me showing a minute bit of support for for the old man. But it's an insight.
You can't even
of why I am.
Really.
Why?
I mean, you've got to say yes, thanks very much.
For what?
You just said giving my dad a little bit of support, and I went, absolutely. You can't knock a bit of support. I was agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. You've got to say thanks very much.
But I'm getting to the point that we are nothing alike. We are absolutely nothing alike.
Oh, we're everything alike. Just because you've got a few tattoos that I haven't got, we're everything alike. You know. So I've got a number 2. You're bald. I mean,
I'm not bald.
Right. Well, nearly.
I choose to have my hair.
Yeah, we're everything alike. You are so much like me. It is uncanny. If you could go back 40 years and meet up with me, you'd be like, oh, let's start meeting up with myself. Hey, John, do you reckon we're a lot alike? You've seen a lot of his videos.
Yeah.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Which was your favourite?
What do you think?
Well, I like the cars, and I like the controversial ones sometimes. So I like the PC dickhead ones.
Oh, don't say that. There's a court order against me on that one.
All right, okay. But the cars I like the reviews.
Actually, you can say that because I didn't say it, so you can say as much as you like.
But the reviews, I must admit, I'm too old to bother watching like when you're actually training guys. You know, I don't watch them much. But if Lee's over and you do one with Lee, I'll watch that.
Probably Priest, yep.
Yeah. I mean, round Weymouth, you won't be surprised, but I've got a son. He's 28, 29, and like the world and his brother watches your videos. All his mates watch your videos.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. I haven't really got used to it yet. I don't think it's something you'll ever get used to.
When I went down to the Royal Mint, there was a. This is a story I talk about because I just thought it was funny. John will remember me saying when I went down to the Mint, we were in the pub. It was the end of the night. It was about midnight. The bar was just about finished closing. We're all around the table. About a dozen of us around the table just talking, finishing off a couple of drinks. And I can't remember how the subject came about, but you came into the conversation, and I said he is so famous that even in a place like this now, where there is nobody here because they've all gone out, there's about 4 people over the other side of the room. That's it. I said, even in a place like this now, if he walked through the door, somebody would recognise him. And so we was talking at the table, and they said, well, what's his name? And so I said, at that moment, 2 people sat around the table. The person sat there and the person sat there went, I know him. This person said, I've been following him for over a year. This person said, oh, I remember the PC digger. Both people I was talking to, both following me.
It's a
So
bit
those
crazy.
of you that follow Aarron, that I'm now posing on and doing another bit of shameless advertising on. So my Facebook is EMP Lambert. Look, it's there. Look, you can come and join my page if you want. And my YouTube is The Great British Coin Hunt. So you can look for me on YouTube, The Great British Coin Hunt, and you can see me having a go at the Royal Mint and 288 Group and my argument that I have with them.
And Dad knows how to argue.
The last 2 years.
I've seen it firsthand arguing. I've learned most of what I know from my dad.
The £5,000 challenge on my channel, that if anybody can answer a simple question as how does A do that, how does that happen, you can win £5 worth of product. Just by answering a simple question. It's been up there all this time. Nobody's been able to answer the question. That's me having a go at Royal Mint, called using them of money laundering and all sorts. But have a look at that. And I'm 57. I've been doing this for longer than I can remember.
It's your birthday recently, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Yeah. I would really, because we're live and all the rest of it, so I really would like to be able to say thanks very much for that vodka, but I ain't never seen any. I think
Still not got there yet.
No, I think the delivery man must have drunk it on the way.
No, I'm actually going to tell you the reason, and you ain't going to believe me. And it's going to start.
No,
there you go. See what I mean? See what I mean? You just go straight into being negative. This is the issue that we have. I can't. Right. Well, I'm going to tell you what happened. Whose is that? That's just inconsiderate. I did order the vodka. What had happened was we had sold out. So when I said to you I was going to send you the vodka, we'd actually sold out. So we had to have new ones made. Yeah. And then you and 3 others that I asked to get sent straight from the distillery didn't get sent. And I did actually send them again a few days ago. Yeah. But to the others, I forgot to get yours sent again until you just mentioned it again. So yes, I did forget. Right. I am actually going to get slaughtered through my inbox. So hold on a minute, Aarron. You've just signed a £7.2 million deal that you bragged about the other day, and your dad's just come back. Also, it was his birthday. You couldn't even send him a vodka. Yes, and yes, and there's reasons for it all. Don't judge me.
7.2 million.
Yeah, I know, it's good, isn't it?
We had a conversation.
Who would have thought?
Right? We had a conversation on live, and I told him it would be a good idea to sell masks. I told him he had the pub, the where
Oh, I
the
got
facility
crucified
to
for
do it.
that. Guess what? Ended up
And-
selling out.
And he and at the time on the video chat that we had, he was like down in it, no, it's not good. And I said, it'd be a really good idea for you. Next time I'm talking,
You didn't give me that idea.
Dad, listen, you'll never guess.
You did not
this
give me
idea,
that.
he said.
No, you didn't. You did not give me that idea.
I did.
You didn't.
I told you that in front of Jennifer.
You didn't. You didn't. When did you mention face cloths? And you can't call them masks. Apparently, it's illegal.
Don't call them masks.
No, face cloths. I don't remember you saying that.
I know you don't. We had that conversation. You said at the time, I didn't remember you saying that.
Oh, right, so,
14
okay, so
14,000
not only
in one day you sold. Was it
during the
14,000
biggest deal of
you
my
sold
life,
out?
my dad's gone bankrupt. I didn't send him a vodka on his birthday, and I've stolen his idea, and I've made a fortune, and I've sold out.
Was it 14,000 of them you sold in one day or something? How many was it? Go on.
The specifics
Go on. How many?
aren't important.
Was it more or less?
Why? The specifics are not important.
Go on. Push him. Was it more or less?
Huh?
Cheers, LJ. I missed the other comment. I'll have a look at it if you put it back up, Chris. Cheers, LJ. Dads have a job. They have a moral job to be right. Even when they're wrong, they have a job to try and be right.
But you're not right. You didn't give me that idea.
Sorry,
You
son.
didn't give me that idea.
All right, no problem. I ain't
Well,
bothered.
no, don't do that. Don't do
No,
that. All right,
what?
no problem. Because what you're doing now, you're making me look the aggressor.
No,
This
I
is
ain't.
what. That's
No,
that's
no.
exactly what you're doing. I know what
I'm
you're
not.
doing. That's obvious. You're starting an issue, then you're allowing me to then respond, and then you go, all right.
I'm not.
Like the moral high ground all of a
Right.
sudden. Then, of course, now I'm going to get loads of inboxes saying, why are you being aggressive to your dad?
Why-
You can't talk to him like that.
Why are you so, you've always been aggressive? Why are you worried about your inbox? Why does your
I'm
inbox...
worried about my inbox because it's going to cost me a fortune. I already pay 4 people now as it is to go
I
through
don't
them
care
all.
Why do you care about your inbox?
Because it's
Well,
going to
you've
cost
got-
me a
You've
fortune
got
to get.
so many messages. Well, that's all right. You've earned 7.2 million. You can afford another 40 quid for someone on social media.
All of that was mine.
Oh, all right.
I have to split it now.
Of course you do. I missed the comment. Sorry, Chris.
And then there's tax.
2 peas in a pod, you two.
Oh, and apparently I'm on the run.
Love it.
That's a new one, Dad.
What's that?
Apparently I'm on the run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a troll the other day. You on the run? No. Clearly you are. That's why you're in Spain, so you don't have to pay tax. Well, as my company is registered in
Hello,
England
Daniel.
on company's house, clearly
Yeah.
you know nothing about business. I still have to pay VAT and tax in the UK, no matter where I live in the world.
Still getting away from that. All right, Joel. Nice to see you, mate. The Great British Coin Hunt on YouTube. That's me. Or Ian.
There you go.
Lambert.
Look, there's one. Started already. Terrible, nasty to your dad. You don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it.
Hello, Mumsy.
There's another one. You're the
Yeah.
same. We're not.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, honey.
we're not. We're
Yeah,
not.
Yeah,
We're not.
Yeah. And he's only getting away from the subject. So how many was it you sold in one day? Was it more or less than 14,000? I haven't forgotten that question. Now catching hook, line and sinker. Exactly, Gary. Know what I mean?
What's
You
that?
can pull a wool over everybody's eyes but your dad. Mine, unfortunately, isn't
Masks?
here anymore.
I'll be.
Get me some.
Hardly sold any.
No, go on. What was your best day? Was it more or was it less than 14,000?
What? On what? Masks?
On,
Just
on face coverings. I
few
don't know why
thousand.
that's so uncomfortable. Hello, Paul. Nice to see you, mate. I don't know why that's so uncomfortable. for you.
2,000.
Was it bigger
I'll
or
tell you
was
why
it
it's
less than
uncomfortable, because I know
14,000?
what you're insinuating. You're
I'm not
insinuating that you gave me the idea, and I've made a load of money on that, and I couldn't even contribute by buying a raffle ticket. That's what you're. I know where it's going.
I know. I'm not.
Oh, and now it's going to be no, and then it's going to be now moral high ground, and look at the aggressor again.
No, not at all. I'm just asking a simple question. You're the one making a meal out of it. If
A few. I don't know the exact figure.
all those things,
I don't know the exact figure.
So you've got no idea. It could be like
Turn into an interview, and I'll tell you what. Ask any
I
question you
don't
want.
mean
Dad.
exactly. I was only curious. Was it
Ask
like
any question you
30,000?
want. Ask any question you want. I'll answer it. Go on, now's your time. Everyone's going to be glued right now to the screen. Go on. Go on, any question you want. Go.
Any question I want. All right, I'll just ask the
Aarron really looks like his dad. Peter Williams, you'll get blocked.
Don't worry about that, mate. You come over to my channel. He goes blocking you on his
Oh, yeah. So everybody now go over to okay.
All right,
Yeah, ask any question you want. Go on. So aggressive. There we go. He started.
I'm just under 10.
You owe him 50%. 50%. I owe you.
Who does? How did this get to 50-50? Nice one, Gary. How did this get to 50-50? Look, so you said any question, right? The question is just a simple question. Me and John, we're just chinning over a cup of tea. www.teespring.com /no288 if you want one of it. I don't even get the money. It goes to old Butch, but he needs it. So get one of them. Anyway, the question was, how many did you sell? What was your biggest day? I don't know. Was it 20,000? Was it 100,000?
On the mask or on just on the face cloths?
On the face cloth coverings.
I don't know the exact figure.
I wasn't around for most of it, Jamie, is the honest answer to that. And the part of the time I was around, I messed it up.
What's that?
So the answer was?
That I don't know an exact figure.
20-ish, over 20, less than 20.
Over 20.
Over 25?
It's about that, just under.
Okay, so about 25,000 face coverings was your best day. Nice one.
No, I made just under £25,000 on the face coverings.
Oh, £25,000. I was just wondering how many coverings it was. That was all.
I don't know an exact figure.
But you went into the money side of it after getting all tetchy.
Because I thought that's what you were asking. You just stitched me right up.
No, I didn't. You stitched yourself up. I just helped you. But then I'm dead.
Come on, then. I'm ready for it. Ask another question. You got people glued. This is what they want to. This is what we should do. Another one on a Sunday.
You'll have to excuse me then, John.
Ask a question, John. Any question. Go on.
Any question you might think of asking or might have thought of asking.
Oh, you're getting a bit of a fan base here. Look, you should do more of this.
He's giving us the opportunity to ask him any question we want, and I've asked him one. Fair's fair. You ask him one. Anything you like. Hello, Fergus.
Well, you know, obviously I'm not his dad for one, so I'm certainly not going to go into the area that might. I would not.
John, don't hold back, mate. You're on my social media now. Just let it out.
Well, I wouldn't dream of embarrassing anybody on here, but yeah,
you can't embarrass me any more than I've embarrassed myself, and I'm pretty sure he can say the same. So,
yeah, okay. So I know what I'd like to know. How's Harry doing?
Fuck Harry.
Naughty words.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Get John to ask a question, right? What happens? What happens? First person that's named is Harry. It's like when I was growing up. Why can't you be more like Harry? Why can't you be clever like Harry? Why can't you be more academic like Harry? Ask him when Harry's birthday is. He knows Harry's birthday. We ask an independent adjudicator. Ask Aarron any question, John. Would you believe it, Dad? First thing he says is, how's Harry? I don't care how Harry is.
Okay, we've established that. Now, somebody else, Sam, just said something. She said, why doesn't your dad cut Aarron a bit of slack? You missed that one. Why
that's the only one on my side.
Aaron a bit of slack. What have I done? What have I done, Sam? Cut Aarron a bit of slack.
Mate,
I just asked
contributed to this. That's what you did.
Called pushing buttons. And Dad's parents know how to push buttons.
Are there any face cloths? Are there any face cloths left? Just so happens, right? We do have his and hers face cloths on mentalhamster.com, free when you spend £30 or more. But there is only around about 70 or something left.
Not many left. So you better get one quick. Don't you do giveaways on your product? Says a customer then. And
no, don't do giveaways. You want it, buy it. And I have actually sent a face cloth to my dad because of his age, along with the vodka. He just hasn't got it yet because there's been an issue with the Royal Mail because of the corona. I did that once, David, and I've regretted it every day for the rest of my life since. What? So that won't be happening ever again. What? You're answering questions and no one knows what you're talking about. You've got to repeat the question that he's asked. Okay, so, well, normally, you see, because it's been going on at a fast pace. Is your dad coming to Spain? No.
John does the reading. But somebody said, why don't you take your belt off to him? And I said, did that once.
Yeah,
many years
let's
ago,
talk about
and I
that.
regretted it every
Yeah, that's
day
a good
since.
one. Let's bring that up. I got the belt once.
Yes, he did.
Do you know why? For doing something that I didn't actually do. I got accused of Yes, I remember the day it was yesterday. I got accused of swearing at my sister, and my dad said I did swear at my sister the first time, and he said, "If you swear at her again, I'll give you the belt."
Yeah.
Well, he was told that I swore at her again, and I actually didn't the second time. So we parked outside his house.
Yeah.
He went inside the living room. I was in the back of his Ford Sierra with my nan. Did not want to get out of that car. And do you know what? I remember these words like it was yesterday. My nan was there. She looked at me and she went, "I think your dad's waiting for you." I was like, fuck. So I got out of the car, and it was the longest walk I've ever had to the living room. Do you know what he did? Dangled me upside down by one hand, with his tight Brutus top, because he used to train then.
Yes,
and he whipped me with his belt. Oh, not just once. Oh, no. He went to town on me. And I'm thinking, Calvin will be in a minute to save me, because Calvin's upstairs. He's a lump. Calvin will be in a minute to save me. Any second now, Calvin will be in a minute. Oh, no, Calvin was nowhere to be seen. Well, don't worry, I ain't letting forget about that either. But you know what? I don't hold a grudge.
No.
All right. Beaten I was. Beaten. You know that saying, you won't be able to sit on your ass for days? Oh, that was true. Oh, that was true.
You see, now, it's one of those areas where the remembrance of the occasion is different in my head to what it is in his head.
Oh, well, it would be.
It would be. But I ain't going to give the difference of occasion, because he's absolutely right. What I did was I took my belt off and I give it to him, and I should never have done that. No parent should ever do that to their kids. No.
How awkward do you feel now, John?
Well, I'm not responsible, Aarron, so I don't give a shit.
That's a good answer. I like it. He's all right. It's all right. It just cost me about 40 quid a week in therapy.
That's cheap.
Well, she's good to me. Go on then, ask another question. John, do you want to ask a question about me, mate? Forget my brother.
Yeah, when's it all gonna? What other products you thinking of bringing out?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. That's a good question, isn't it? Well, the Mental Energy Drink is now live at mentalhamster.com for those of you that haven't tried our unique taste. Other than that, I plan to take over the world. And I think there's a gap in the market at the minute with Corona going on. So I'm sort of creeping up the ranks. It's going to take me a while.
Yeah.
But I'm trying. I've got a few things that we are launching, but I can't actually talk about them yet, because when you're launching products, you've got to go through testing, and then you've got to trademark things, and then depending on what names you're going to use, so on and so forth. So there's not really much that I can tell you apart from vitamin C. Anyway, you don't talk about products. Ask a personal question about me or Dad. What question have you got? Go on, think of something.
I'll give you a product. I'll give you a new product.
I don't want a new product.
Okay. Excuse me.
I bet. Go on, give me a product. I bet I thought of it. This is where I'm going to say I've already done it, and then he's going to accuse me of not. He's going to say that he's thought of that idea.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does.
No, just vitamin C, vitamin D, and I think it's either zinc or iron. Needs checking.
Yeah, zinc.
Zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc, all in one tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably all you need to beat off the coronavirus.
I've just got Nick's getting me some magnesium today.
Is she?
Yeah. And I've stopped taking my statins.
Hold on.
The statins.
There we go.
Why have I stopped?
Yeah.
Because I'm sick and tired of feeling fatigued all the time. You know what I mean? So I've just done a bit of research on which one of my many tablets might be doing it.
Right.
And statin looks like the top option. So I've stopped taking them, which you can do for about a month. see if that helps. But what statins do is they reduce your level of magnesium, which affects the muscles. So, which I should be saying in front of Aarron because he knows more about muscles than any of us.
Listen, I'm not one to jump on something that I know nothing about. But John, if you are in need, mental gummies happen to be in stock at mentalhamster.com. Vitamin gummies, real healthcare vitamins.
What's in there, mate?
And these are the mental boost. These complement the mental gummies. So, you know, I'm not saying they're going to stop corona, but, you know, let's be honest, they're not going to hurt. And if you really want to take the edge off it, of whatever it is you do have, there's also mental vodka, which is available at mentalvodka.com.
All of those products, John and I would love to endorse. Unfortunately, neither John or I have ever seen one, so we can't.
One is on its way. I told you, it's the postman.
You know? I can't tell you how good the vitamins are because I've never had one.
I can tell you, they're
how
great.
good the vodka is because I've never drunk any. I can't tell you how good the chocolate is because I've never eaten any. Have you had any, John?
No.
Have you had any of the new mental chocolate?
What chocolate? I haven't got mental chocolate.
Oh.
No. The only one I've seen of that, I didn't realise you did gummies.
You ain't ready for that one yet. It's my crystal ball. It was getting a bit confused.
Oh.
You will be. You'll be doing a chocolate range at some point.
It just so happens I've actually had a chocolatier contact me, but
you will be doing a chocolate range. I've seen.
Why? Why would I be doing that?
I don't know why you do anything, do I? I just know that you're going to do it. It used to blow your mind as a kid. I would write things down in a diary, and then time would go by, and then I would show you in the diary what I said was going to happen, and it would blow your mind.
I don't remember that.
I write down what I think was going to happen, and then it would happen, and then I'd say it.
I remember you telling me that I'll go to prison.
Is that sweeties?
No, it's gummies.
Gummies.
Do you not watch any of my videos, Dad? Mental gummies, vitamin gummies.
You know I don't watch any of your videos. And you know why I don't watch any of your videos.
All right.
Yeah, you do.
All right.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'll sink in.
Patient, and I told you why I don't watch any of your videos. And when
I think you have a lot of conversations with yourself, and you think we're having conversations with me.
No, I told you why. I'm certainly not going to repeat it on here. But,
see? It's turning already, isn't it, John? This is what happens.
Terrible. Well, I see this all the time, Aarron, mate, but usually I'm the target.
See, I'm staying healthy.
Yeah.
Moving house today.
It was only because you said something in one of your videos, and after that I couldn't watch one. So that's all it was.
Say a lot of things in my videos. Do I post to Australia? Yes, I do. Australia happens to be my biggest customer.
We post to Australia too. At the moment, I'm putting together sheets of coins. So that's what I do. I do coins. Coin business is what I do. 50 sheets worth there. What I sell is coins. They weren't mine a little while ago, Stuart. We could do with a few extra people on our subscribers and on our YouTube, Facebook, and things like that. If anybody fancies popping over, I'm a little bit different to my boy. Protein by chocolates. See? You'll be doing chocolate. I know it.
Why would I be doing chocolate? You can't do. There's a reason why I don't do protein bars.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. Right. Anybody. It's very easy to do protein bars. I could bring out a protein bar literally by the end of next week if I had a dairy company making my products, but I don't. I own the factory. I own the machines. In order to make your own protein bar.
Yeah, just hang on. Hold that thought. Just advertise a couple of products or something.
See what I mean, John?
Yeah, I know,
that's it right there. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm about to deal with.
It is a very
all my life.
Yeah.
Dad, never guess what happened at school today.
Yeah.
Hold that thought, son. Back in a minute.
Yeah.
Don't change.
No.
For those of you that are interested,
Go
there's a reason why I don't make my own.
I've just got. Hang on. I've just got. Yeah, it's be Sainsbury's shopping. I've just got to see to the man. So you advertise a few products, do a bit of chirping.
I'm trying to, and you keep interrupting me.
Try and get in payhip.com/Ian a couple of times and Patreon/TGBCH. And the name of our YouTube.
Now all of a sudden we're on your live stream.
We're all right, actually. Normally online, get us in a room, John.
Yeah.
It will escalate from 0 to 100 instantly. Oh,
Yeah,
it makes people feel awkward.
Yeah, I did say to him, like, you heard from Aarron, and he says, yeah, we, he's rung and whatever, but like,
Oh yeah, there we go. Keyword there. He's rung. He'll never ring me.
no,
He ain't rung me in the last 2 years. Anyway, going back onto the protein bars, the reason why I don't make them myself is because you've got to do what's called a shelf life test, and there's rules and regulations because then you're going onto food. Supplements, powder forms, drinks is a lot different than food. There's a lot of red tape, so it's not really worth it.
worth jumping through them hoops. Yeah,
not yet.
Your dad.
You got any more questions, John?
No,
Go on,
really,
keep your viewers entertained. I'm doing this for you. I've got to go in a second because I'm expecting a call. But
yeah, John's a legend. Yeah, I'll be. Yeah. No, not really, mate. Not really. I mean, this, as you can probably tell, this kind of thing really isn't my thing.
ask a question about Dad. I'll answer it.
About Dad, what's his birthday?
Haven't got a clue. Ask me the last time I got him a birthday present or a card.
Yeah, go on then. When was that? Don't remember.
No.
Yeah.
I don't do presents and cards because I feel I have to. If I spend time with that person or I happen to be around that person at that specific time, then I get something. I've just always been like that. I don't like the feeling of being pressured.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. You don't.
Some people have a book of cousins and God knows what else and dates and cards. Couldn't be bothered with that. Too busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's he gone? Is he seriously just got his Sainsbury's shopping?
Yeah.
What, is he putting it away or is he coming back?
He's
I ain't all day, you know.
He's probably just taking it into the hallway. I can't believe he's putting it away. It'll be an hour or more.
It wouldn't surprise me with him.
He has been known to have a dodgy memory. He might forget we're here.
No, you see, John, he has a dodgy memory when he wants to.
Right.
Right, when he wants to.
Yeah. If I had £1 for every time he said, sorry, I forgot, I'd be a millionaire. Absolutely. I forgot.
Your father was in Dorchester Hospital the same day as my father. Are you back? Put your shopping away.
No.
Right, I've got to go in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, me too. We are already 20 minutes overrun.
It's all over me, bloody. Hello.
Funny thing is, there's haters and trolls out there that accuse me of editing stuff and scripting stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
If this ain't enough proof, I don't know what is.
If you want to have a look at a couple of my videos, they tell you how to deal with bullies and how to deal with trolls and how to deal with people like that.
I think he knows how to do that.
Oh, met one yesterday.
YouTube, the Great British Coin Hunt. Just pop that in. You know what I mean? Payhip.com/Ian if you want to buy into the old documents that we've and the fight I've got with a Raw Mint and they're a bit X-rated videos though, so you have to buy them.
You guys should do this once a week. We can't even talk to each other once a week.
That's not very nice.
When was the last time you phoned me?
I don't phone you. You know why I don't.
When was the last time you phoned me?
Oh, must be a year at least. I don't
2.
phone you. 2 years. Yeah, probably. I don't phone you for one simple reason, right?
Oh, what's that?
A simple reason.
When was the last time you phoned Harry?
parents, you'll know exactly what I mean, right? You ring them, and you know that they're looking at you ringing them on the phone. You know that they're not always busy.
How do you know?
Busy.
How do you know?
Right, parent, right.
How do you know?
So you just know that they're going dump and knocking you off. Boom and knock you off. I've got
No.
I said, I'm not going to ring you anymore then, unless you're going to pick up the phone. So now he's ringing me, which is phenomenal, brilliant, fantastic. I love it, love him to bits. So now I'll ring you as well, and we'll get back into the ringing each other.
Oh, it just took me about 20 calls to get one back.
Yeah, well, all right, a lot of that's my fault. But now,
When was the last time you phoned Harry?
If I think that you're going to pick up, well, he picks up the phone. You don't.
When was the last time you phoned Harry?
Look, we had this when I came to see.
See what I mean? He says that I avoid the questions, John, but I don't forget that question. When was the last time
I phoned
you phoned
Harry?
Harry?
And I
Last week.
2
years ago, he phoned me. 2 years ago. When was the last time you phoned Calvin?
Weeks ago.
Weeks ago. So Harry was last week. Calvin was weeks ago. Aaron?
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, because Aaron doesn't want
2 years.
Because Aaron doesn't pick up the bloody phone. If you
Anything could have happened to me.
you pick up the phone and
Anything.
you answer, hello, Dad. Nice to hear from you. Love you lots. That's lovely. But you don't. You just go, oh, it's Dad. Boom.
Don't get a chance to because you don't phone me.
See, now you can put that on.
Maybe I was having a bad day. Maybe I was having a real bad day. I've been in my lowest place, right? Maybe at that point when I was at my lowest, I thought, you know what?
No.
I don't want to drive my Lamborghini in Marbella today. I could really do with a call from my dad. Do you know that sometimes I get like that. I could really do with a phone call from my dad.
Lamborghini.
Don't get it though, do I?
No. But I will do my best to give you more phone calls.
Maybe when I was signing that deal with the rich list, I thought I could really do with some advice from my dad right now.
Yeah.
Did you ring?
Well, if you want advice, you should phone me like you did before. When you have a problem, you phone me.
I knew. Harry last week. Calvin a few weeks ago. Aaron 2 years ago. Can you see the underlying problem, John? As an independent person here, can you see where the issues lie, John?
You love Harry more than
Yeah, don't ring me neither, and I live around the road.
Calvin more than you do me. You love the hairs on the back of John's bum more than you do me.
I'm just saying, Calvin and Harry get a little bit more than me. They always did.
Hashtag I blame Ian. Actually, have a look at that. Do you know how many other people blame me for all sorts of things? I've been blamed for the demise of the prehistorics. I've been blamed for the demise of man, really. I mean, every problem that's ever been, the Holocaust, the Jews, Nazis, the war, everything. I've been blamed for a lot of it.
I can do a better hashtag than that. Hashtag shoot Harry. How about that? Let's let that one go trending. Hashtag shoot Harry. Hashtag shoot Calvin.
That's not very nice.
No.
Because it's silly. You see, it's doing things like that on the one hand, but on the other hand, you see, somebody plays into that. Somebody goes out, buys a gun, and actually does it, thinking they're doing you a favour.
Right. In one hand, you'll be upset. In the other hand, my profits will be up.
Why would your profits be up?
Because I don't have to share.
Oh, that's so naughty. See, that's where.
Oh, look at him trying to make me out to be the bad one, like just trying to. Oh, what are you doing? Why would you say that?
John, you read the comments because John's not getting to say anything.
Aaron, you sound like a very together guy who probably doesn't need his dad's advice. It seems like you're doing very well on your own.
That's right. Yep.
That's no
would be all right though to get the odd phone call. That's what I'm saying.
You can have more than the odd phone call. It's just normally you don't want it. You go months and years without phoning me. Most of the time, I'll get a phone call letting me know how well you're doing. And
no, you don't. No, you don't. Actually,
yeah,
take that back. Because when we speak, what do I say? I don't want to talk about me, Dad, because I know you're going through a bad time. I've said that the last few times. So take that back.
True. Yeah, I will take it back. That's quite true. The last couple of times you've been quite true. You've been like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you was absolutely there for me when Grandad died, and I was buggered, and I needed transport to get backwards and forwards from Uncle Nick's to Grandad's house and everything. I mean, if you hadn't have done what you've done, it would have been extremely difficult for me. So I'm very grateful for that. You know?
See, he does this as well. Turns it round.
And at the same
as a
time,
go, as a dig, then turns it round that he's giving you compliments. This is what he does.
whilst I can, because I couldn't talk a little while ago, I got a bit upset. But whilst I can talk, and we're on the subject, you know, the idea of the belt and everything else, I did do that. Totally ashamed of it. Was ashamed of it very quickly afterwards, and have been every single day of my life since. And I just want to make that point. I love him to bits. What I did was very cool. No parent should ever treat their kids that way.
What are you on about? Hitting me with a belt? I didn't class
Yeah.
that as it. You hit like a girl, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so what was we talking about? I forgot.
I remember saying to myself at the time, is that it? Is that all you got?
Yeah. You've always been a bit that way. This is quite true. He won't know that for a long time to come.
Do you know what? Actually, talking about Grandad, bless him. I mean, you were just in the other room. Actually, I think you just went to have a cup of tea. But because you know he was going in and out, waking up and going back to sleep. He actually said, when you went in the other room, Aarron, if you ever end up bringing out an energy drink, I really do hope you sell out. He said that.
Yeah.
And he said, make sure that you tell everybody that you can, to go to mentalhamster.com to buy it.
Yeah.
So it's just as you're mentioning Grandad, I think it's only right. And before anybody starts saying, Aarron, that's bad, my granddad wore a Mental Hamster t-shirt.
Yeah. You know, nobody
he was dying, and he made sure he did, didn't he? Because Aarron told me that he wanted it on.
Aarron.
What?
You need to move to your right by about an inch, because no one could see you. That's better. You was completely off camera then.
Grandad was very supportive of the business.
Yeah.
He even wore a t-shirt right up until the day he died.
Right up to his last moment, till them last words ebbed out of his body and his last breath ebbed out of his body. He was telling you to.
I really hope everybody buys Mental Energy Drink from mentalhamster.com.
Yeah. No different to
and he did say, because he coughed, he said, if you happen to have mental gummies in stock as well, I really hope you sell out of them too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember him saying those as his last words, as he was ebbing away and life was caving in. Yeah, something like that.
Those that probably think we're out of order. If Grandad was alive now, he'd actually be laughing. He would have
if Grandad was alive now, he'd call you a few choice names. But there's no doubt about that.
Right, I've got to go. I've got things to do.
Yeah, me too.
So it's been nice.
Been eventful.
Anybody that's following Aarron, part of his stream, remember, hello Ali, remember that wit there, Ian P. Lambert, that's me, I'm his dad. So come and join my page. I've got a page, The Great British Coin Hunt, on Facebook. There's about 20,000 people on that one. And come and join us on there, and like and share our posts, and come and join us on YouTube, Great British Coin Hunt. And come and say hello. My payhip is www.payhip.com/Ian, and patreon.com/TGBCH if you want to.
Anything else?
Fight. My fight. He's
made
I'm
off then, guys. I'm off.
Right, we're off. Thanks very much.
See you later.
Take it
Thanks so much, everybody. Thank you. Love you lot, son. Love you, bundles. Bye for now.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your worries, it's okay now. The sun is here to stay.